We just had this dream that we would just have this little enclave and drink our wine and eat our fruits and vegetables.
I think I was attracted to the romanticism of it, the ruralness of it.
But then when you have to do the work part of it, it's a different story.
Frederick Dana.
My name is Michelle. I'm a transplant from Texas via Michigan.
I mean, I've lived in Pasadena since 1970. It is a great place to grow up.
When we first started dating as single parents, we drove up to Morro Bay and we fell in love with it immediately. It's very romantic when you do stuff like that. The family started growing and we got involved in different things like improving the property that his family lived on in Pasadena. I liked the quietness of it. I liked to go out and garden. We planted a lot of fruit trees.
I had actually started brewing beer, and that kind of led me into the possibility of doing wine. The first block that we installed was 80 to 90 vines, I think.
It sounds like a lot, but when you put it in, it's not really that much space. It was misleading. We had such success with putting in the first group of vines. We thought, this is a piece of cake. We'll just keep on going. We'll go all the way across the yard.
But it was
a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, just trimming the vines, training the vines.
The kids were younger, they were at home, they helped us, then, they grow and they have their own interests, and then it's just the two of us, and then it's not so fun. When you get older, you don't like complicated things, you want a little slower pace. Times changed, and it would just seem like that was the next step, move on to a peaceful place to live. I think Eva, she sold every house in Kinneloa Mesa at one point or another. So we talked to her about it, and she says, well, we can put it on the market. One night, our son calls us and says, you're not going to believe this, the canyon's on fire, you need to get out, you need to get out. And we went to the Hilton, and it gave us time to figure out what the next step was.
Because we'd already had it on the market, I think for like 2 days before the fire. And then we pulled it. But after interacting with people who'd lost their homes, there's no reason not to put it on the market.
Eva understands what it takes to sell a house. She says, these are the things you need to do. She ran more interference just trying to keep our privacy intact. When you meet someone like her, they're absolute in how they conduct business. Her response is always, I'll take care of it.
It was nice just to be able to talk to her, and she did a good job of calming us down, kind of redirecting and saying how this was going to happen next, this will happen after that.
She's a very generous person. She sends you little gifts to keep you going. She understands the stress of the seller. She has that staff of people that come in and take care of everything for you. The cleaning, the painting, then we're thinking all those windows, and this is going to kill us at our age. No, her team comes in, they take care of everything. They clean the house, they do the windows, they do the painting, and then when the house sells, they all get paid out of that. You don't have to worry about any of that portion of it. And she told us right up front how much we were going to get for the house, and that's exactly what we got. Yeah, she was great.
I talked to the fellow who bought the house and his wife, and they're saying how we want to live here and we like the design of the home and we're going to want to raise our kids here. And I'm like, that's cool because it's a great place to grow up.
You start to look at farming and what goes on in farm communities a little different as you age in life. It's a slower, more generous pace.
So we moved up to Napomo. I love that, the ruralness of it, and strawberry fields forever. There are people who are raising sheep and goats.
People here are so generous, and it's very beautiful out here.